What's up? I'm Jamal Nolan. On this week's episode of Culture Breakdown, we're going to be reviewing Wale's music video, Sue Me, where we take an analytical look at all the references that were made in the video as well as the Easter eggs. Sue Me is the very first track on Wale's most recent album, Wow That's Crazy. The music video was written and directed by fashion designer Kerby Raymond. This is Kerby Raymond's first time directing a music video. The video is also starring Hedges, who you may know from mid-90s or maybe even Boy Erased. If you're new to this channel, I primarily do breakdown videos on black influencers, so be sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and bell notification if you want to see more videos just like this. So Kerby Ray directed a phenomenal video for Wale, and this Sue Me video is layered with so many details, so many references, and so many Easter eggs that you might have missed. So what we're going to do is unpack them all in this video. So this music video was masterfully done, but I would like to point out that it does have a storyline in it that many people may have missed, other than the obvious racial role reversal. I would even go as far as to say that the main character is the protagonist, and then there's an antagonistic character in there as well, but we'll get more on that later. So the main premise of this music video is that there's a racial role reversal in America, but there are plenty of times where they reference back to reality. And they use major contrast to drive home the point of the story, but let's get into that now. So the music video opens up very subtly with the main character, Hedges, in the bed asleep with his little brother. The mattress is on the floor. That's a very subtle opening, but what they're doing is starting to lay the foundation for how the roles are reversed in this video. So as they're starting to get ready in the morning time, there's a radio playing in the background that's very low. And the announcer on the radio says that the white on white crime in America is up 40%.
White on white crime is up 40% this year citywide. Community leaders and police are both concerned with the situation.
So right off the bat, they're starting to show you how different this world is. They start to reference the toothpaste. Instead of it being Crest, it's like Crest Stay. Instead of just oatmeal, Quaker Oats is Melanin Oats. So they're right off the bat hitting you with a jarring difference in this reality. Then you start to see black religious figures like Jesus. And when you see a black Jesus in a White House, it really starts to psychologically set in what this music video looks like, but also how things are in reality for us. So here's the first big thing that I think a lot of people might have missed is this paperwork. He's staring at this paperwork, and just in passing, it looks like just normal old bills or something like that. But that paperwork does play a big role in the video later on. And the paperwork also is the driving force to the storyline that I was referencing earlier. As he leaves his apartment, you can see that he's in the New York City Housing Authority. And right off the bat, it's a very, very quick and slick moment. But you can see right off the bat that he's a drug dealer. So now you start to see these billboards that he has to pass by every single day that has these subliminal messages targeted at the white community. Show your mind, not your behind. Whitepeoplemeet.com. Those things are like literal messages of today's America just flipped around. And when you see it like that, it actually sounds crazy that there's two separate Americas. Also, I do want to point out that I know that this basketball scene is from somewhere. I just could not figure it out for the life of me. If you know where this basketball video came from, leave a comment down below. Then there's the divorce billboard and the kinkier hair billboard, where it's literally telling you, ruin your white family. Then it's instead of Tresemme, it's Messame. It's the opposite of our current America. But when you see this stuff on billboards in a music video, it's like jarring. It's like crazy reality to actually see this type of stuff on a billboard, which really makes you question America that we live in. The subliminal messaging is all there in real life. We are just so numb to it. What these billboards are showing you is that there's a clear racial divide and that they are targeting one community of people. Okay, so now we have our main character walking through the subway, and this is where this music video gives me a lot of 90s New York vibes. There are several flyers that's up on the wall, 4 of them to be exact, and we're going to read each flyer from left to right. But also I want to point out that this is the very first scene that our protagonist pops up in. And I know you're thinking, Jamal, you're crazy. There's nobody else in this video scene, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Just stay with me. So the very first sign on the left says, "Fare evasion will cost you your life," at the bottom. And there's a stop sign in the middle that says violators will have their whole family ruined. This is just like early New York stuff where they were over punishing black people for small crimes because they were targeting black people. So that's the same thing that's happening in this music video. If you go down one more level, it says, if you see some F-ish, say something. And then the bottom part is illegible for me. Then we're going to go up to the right, at the very top of the right, where it says, New Yorkers work together to stop white-on-white crime. It says, tell the cops or the MTA workers if you see them doing some ish. And it got a picture of a white man on the ground being arrested. This is very, very powerful messaging. Then the next thing is where we get our first time seeing the protagonist. Mayor Blackbird, tough on crime. Mayor Blackbird, tough on crime. I want you to remember that character, Mayor Blackbird, because he's about to pop up several more times. Also, this character, Mayor Blackbird, is a direct reference to real life Mayor Bloomberg of New York City. See, the very next scene has a huge billboard of the black mayor, Mike Blackbird. A direct reference to Mike Bloomberg, because it says, don't resist the stop and frisk, which is the stop and frisk policy that Mike Bloomberg initiated in New York to keep down and oppress black and brown people in America, or at least in New York. So now we get to the newspaper articles that show Mayor Blackbird once again. And it says Mayor Blackbird declares victory in the white communities. Also, there's a little headline at the top that says 10 ways to celebrate White History Month. And the article down below is a real article written by the director Kerby Raymond. And it's just discussing the effects of gentrification in America. The very next article is asking, are we ready for a white president? Just like people were asking when we had Barack Obama running for president. Newspaper articles were literally asking the same question. And now you see it the other way around and it seems weird. Then the next article, it says the horror that happened in Central Park. Now this is a reversal of the Central Park 5 case that took place in America. And again, this is an article written by the director. But if you actually read the article, it's literally the Wikipedia page from that particular case. So the very next scene is the More Bucks coffee scene. This is a reference back to Starbucks, of course. And what you'll see in this scene is the barista, Jean-Pierre C. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Sorry, my man, but I will leave the stuff down below. Jean-Pierre C. is the barista, and he's calling the police on the white people that's in there. And if you really, really take a look at the scene, he's not even paying the main character any attention. The entire time my man's trying to order a drink, Jean-Pierre C. is just like really thinking about the white people that's in there that's bothering him. And that's a small detail that many people may have missed. Once you see the black cop enter, you can see most of the black people in the coffee shop recording their video. And Wale is in the corner of the coffee shop and he even tweets out, look at these thugs. And then the video actually shows you actual footage from the real Starbucks situation that happened right here in America. Now you see a billboard that says, protect your homes from super predators, which is again a reference back to the late 90s in New York. Hillary Clinton, super predator comment. It's just a lot of these messages within the video that you can kind of see take a toll on the main character. Okay, so right here, the song is starting to wrap up and the music video is continuing. This is where you see the main character pull out a file from his jacket. And what that file is, the paper from the beginning of the music video that he opened up in the morning time and he saw it. That was the entire storyline. He literally saw this file in the morning time and made a decision to travel to the prison that his dad was located in to deliver this news to his father. So every scene was just him walking through his neighborhood to get to his dad in prison. And then the scene takes place like this.
There's no hope for people that look like us.
And we've seen this in real America where black people are in prison, they get in this kind of news, and they just feel hopeless. And here's another cool Easter egg for you. While he's sitting there talking to his dad, there's a flyer in the background, and that's a direct reference to a 1995 interview with Tupac. In that interview, there was a flyer of a kid in the background, and his name was Robert Yummy Sandiford. In this video, it's a picture of a white kid on it, and it actually has Tupac's real name on it, the same Parish Crooks. Then at the very end of their interaction, he says white goes first. A powerful, powerful message for this country and for what's taking place in America, seriously. All due respect to the director, Kerby Raymond, for delivering a phenomenal final line. Then at the very end of this video, there's a cell phone recording of an inmate, Aaron Deshaun Campbell, from Elkin State Correctional Facility. And that video is a very powerful video, but in result of this Wale Sue Me music video coming out, something major happened after that, and I'm going to leave it up here on the screen. Because of this music video, people like Aaron were able to start getting released out of prison because this message was echoed and heard by many, many people. Huge props to Wale and the director Kerby for making this happen, man. That is such a big deal because that very last scene is so sad and disheartening to see people struggling with that in this time of crisis. So big shout out to them for somehow making this video pop off and allowing that young man and many other prisoners to be getting out. So that's all the Easter eggs that I could find in the video, all the references that I found. If I missed anything, be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know. And if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next week, I'm out.